friends, I'm Valeria at Chase and Paper. Welcome back to my channel. So in my last video's comments, I got quite a few requests to share how to make cute Valentine's Day cards. Now I love making cards and I really enjoyed making these 5 different designs. They're all very simple and very easy. Now the interesting thing about card making is that early on when I first started making paper crafts and I tried making cards, I watched a few videos, and what I found out is that you are always given very precise measurements and you have to follow them down to millimeters, down to 1/8 of an inch. Everything has to be measured out and pre-cut just so. And I really didn't like that. That's just not the way my creative process usually works. So I have my own way of making cards. If you're anything like me and you do not like to be constricted by the precise measurements, then stick with me and I'm going to show you the easy way to make your designs. I'm going to be using very simple supplies that you probably already have on hand. I'm not going to use any fancy tools. You will have a chance to use some of your paper scraps. And I also have some stickers from Michael's and stickers from Dollar Tree, some ribbons from Dollar Tree, and most of my stamps also came from a Dollar Tree. And to be honest with you, they're not even Valentine's Day themed, okay? So I just made them work. So I think you're going to have a lot of fun looking through your stash and seeing what's going to work for this project. Now, why should you make all these cards, other than having fun, of course? Well, I'm sure you can think of at least a couple of friends who would love to get a card like this. But even if you can't think of anyone, let me just put it out there. So my daughter Angelica and I started doing this during COVID. We actually found out that one of the nursing homes was asking volunteers to make the cards and send to the nursing home residents to make them feel loved. So we sent out a bunch of cards and we enjoyed it so much that year that we kept the tradition going. And so if that is something that you could do, if you have a little bit of time on your hands, I encourage you to reach out to a nursing home, maybe in your area or in your state, and just ask them if they have any residents who would like to receive a Valentine's Day card. Most nursing homes love this idea. This is a beautiful activity. This doesn't require any participation on the part of the residents, and yet they get to enjoy a beautiful card just for them. And let's be honest, folks in the nursing homes are often quite lonely, and it's just going to make their whole day if they receive one of these in the mail. So go ahead, there is still time, you can still do it. Think of it this way, even if you can send out 5 cards or 3 cards or even 1 card, that's one more person that you put a smile on their face that day. I think it's truly rewarding and a lot of fun. And if I could ask you for a quick favor, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with a couple of friends. Thank you so much. Let's get rolling. So we are going to begin with the base of our card. And it is very important to use nice and heavy, thick cardstock. And this is the 65-pound cardstock, so it's pretty thick and heavy. That is what's going to give your card a nice professional feel. It's not going to feel flimsy in your hands. It's going to feel sturdy. And the recipient can feel right away that this is a beautiful, professionally made card. Now let's talk about the size of our cards. I'm going to make my cards in a pretty standard size, which is 5.5 inches tall by 4.25 inches wide. Now, why am I choosing that size? Well, first of all, it's really easy and fast to prepare my bases. All I have to do is cut my sheets of cardstock in half, and each page of cardstock will give me 2 cards. And the second reason I have for making the cards in that size is this stack of envelopes that I have on hand. I purchased the whole pack at the thrift shop. And so I am planning on using this stack of envelopes and put them to a good use. They're exactly the right size for my cards. Now, if you don't have any envelopes, first of all, they're really easy to come by. Any craft store sells them. You just have to check for the colors you like and for the sizes you like. But if you don't feel like buying a stack of envelopes, of course you can make your own. I prefer using ready-made envelopes because it's a bit time consuming making your own envelopes, and I'd rather spend my time making cards because it's more fun. And I also have a stack of these red envelopes that I also found at the thrift shop, and these are really tiny. I'm going to see if I can make some cards to fit into these envelopes, and I think it's going to look really cute. These are going to be more like traditional Valentines. We are going to begin with one sheet of cardstock, and I'm cutting it in half, exactly in the middle. Now I'm going to put this aside for now, and I'm going to fold this one in half, like that. I am going to cut about 1 inch off the front of the card only. And here we go. There. This is what we have so far. Now we can't really write our message very well on a dark red color, so we are going to need an insert for this card. I'm going to use this very light pink cardstock, and again, I do not like measuring. I am just going to put it right in and mark it against the base of my card. Now I want just a little bit of a red border showing all around my insert, and so I'm marking it just a little bit smaller than this part of the card. And now I'm going to cut it out. Now I don't want just this light pink showing outside of my card, and so I'm bringing this set, Be My Valentine. This is by Recollections from Michaels, and yes, I picked it up yesterday at 40% off, so very affordable. If that's something you're interested in, check out your local Michaels. All the Valentine materials are on sale right now. I'm going to go with this striped cardstock. Now I'm going to cut a strip of this cardstock, just about 1.5 inches. That is what we need. And now I'm going to glue it down on top of our insert. Again, I'm not making any measurements. Just gonna flip it over like this and just gonna draw the line, so that shows me that I don't need to put any glue over here. Rather than using the glue, I'm going to use this tape adhesive by EdTech. I do like to use tape whenever I make cards because it's not going to warp my paper and there's no drying time. Quick and easy. And a couple of lines of glue, putting it right down. Perfect. And now I'm just going to cut off this part right here. No need to measure anything. Done. So I'm going to go ahead and use my sticky tape on the back of our insert. Quick and easy. Find a good placement. There it goes. Now I do want to outline the edge of our front of the card, and for that I'm going to use this gold metallic tape, and there it goes. Done. And now I want to make a banner to go on the front of the card. I'm going to use another set of 6x6 cardstock from Michaels. I'm going to go with these pink hearts on a light pink background. I'm going to cut a strip about 1 3/4 inches wide. Here's my strip. And now we are going to make it into a banner. First, let's determine how long this strip needs to be. And I want it to run almost to the end of our card, so up to about here. And I'm going to snip it off. Now let's make a pretty end on our banner. I'm folding it in half lengthwise. I'm not putting a serious crease here or anything. And now I'm going to start at the corner and angle my scissors like so and snip. Open it up. Your beautiful banner is ready. I do not like attaching it right dead in the middle of the card. I like to move it a little bit higher. So about here it looks good. And here we go. And now we need some kind of a sentiment for the front of our card. I am bringing in this dark pink cardstock. And I'm going to use my circle punch. The size is 2.5 inches. I'm going to punch out a circle. And I'm going to stamp this sentiment. When I count my blessings, I count you twice. I think this is very appropriate to let your friends know that they are loved on Valentine's Day and every day. I'm going to use red ink. Straight down. And there we go. There's our sentiment. And it's ready to go to the front of the card. But I want to kind of add a little bit of gold to it because we have all these metallic gold lines right here. So I just want to tie it all together. So I'm bringing in my favorite gold deco foil by iCraft and my Scotch permanent glue stick. We're going to put a little bit of glue all around our circle. Just a little bit of glue around the edge. And we want to work fast here. We don't want our glue to dry. And now I'm bringing in a sheet of foil and I am going to put it down with the gold foil side facing me. Now we want to press it down nice and hard all around the glue border. And we want to let it rest for a few seconds. And now let's peel it off. And we have a beautiful border. Now, all we have to do is attach this circle to the front. But instead of gluing this circle down flat, I am going to use some adhesive foam circles in the back. That's going to raise up our circle and give our card a three-dimensional look. I am using these adhesive foam circles by Recollections. I'm going to add one large circle in the center and maybe 3 or 4 medium-sized circles around the edge. Taking off the backing paper to reveal the sticky side of our foam circles. Attaching it right here. And there we go. This card is ready. And how beautiful is it? What a lovely card to send to your friend. Let's make the next one in a different design. For the next card, I'm going to begin with the same base. And I am going to fold this front of the card backwards, like this, towards the crease. I'm putting a nice sharp crease right here. So this is what you should have. This is the view from the top. And now I'm going to use the scrap that I had left over from a different project. And looks like it's just tall enough. What I want to do is I want to cover this panel on the left and this side on the right. But I want to leave a little bit of a red border all around it. Our 2 panels are cut out, and now let's go ahead make sure the top edges are matching up. There. Wonderful. This is what we have so far. And now it's time to add our sentiment. I went ahead and I pre-stamped some of the sentiments on this off-white cardstock. And you can never go wrong with wishing somebody to have their day filled with good things. So this is the sentiment I'm going to go with. Let's cut it out as a square. And I do want to have a little bit of a red border around our sentiment. So I'm going to use this red off-cut and glue the sentiment down right on top of that red cardstock. Here we go. That gives me a little bit of a border on the left side and on top. And now I'm just going to cut around on these two sides to make the exact same border on all sides. And there. Looks really nice. I'm going to place it a little bit off center right here. I'm going to slide it down. And remember, we only need to put our tape on this side, on the left side. Otherwise, we will seal our card closed. So I'm putting some tape right here. And now I am going to use one of these beautiful dimensional red rose stickers, also from Dollar Tree. I'm going with this one. How pretty is that? And the card came together super quick. Now, for the sake of time, I won't add any insert here, but you absolutely can if you add a little bit of a light color cardstock right inside. It's going to be a lot easier to write your greeting, unless you're planning on writing it with the white pen, which is also a nice touch. And now the card is done, let's go to the next one. For our next card, let's start with the same size base. This is a pink cardstock this time, and we are going to do something really fun. I'm going to use this scrap paper, fold it in half. Now I'm going to draw half a heart on it, and I will now go ahead and cut it out. There. I think it's a good size. Now I'm bringing in a whole big pile of scraps. I'm going to cut these scraps into about 1/2 inch wide strips. Now I have a few strips ready, and I'm going to cover this heart with Scotch permanent glue stick. And now I am going to attach these strips to the heart. So we're making a little collage. I love collage work, so this is so relaxing and fun. And we even have some extras. Now, I'm going to pick this up very carefully, flip it over, and cut around our heart. There. That's really pretty. Now I want to make our heart a little bit sturdier and also add a nice red border all around it. So I am going to glue it onto this red cardstock. And smoothen it out. And now I'm going to cut this heart, but I'm going to leave a nice little border all around. This way, not only our heart is going to be sturdier, but it's also going to have a beautiful red outline. Here is what our heart looks like, a beautiful red border. Now I'm not going to just glue it down plainly on top of this card. I pre-cut another panel in this light pink floral pattern. I left a little bit of a pink border all around this panel. But before I glue it down and assemble it all, I want to add another 3D element. I will use this white and pink twine. I'm going to double up my twine and wrap it around the pink panel. And I'm going to tie it right here. I'm turning it upside down. For some reason, that makes a bow look that much nicer. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. There. That looks nice. I like that. Now I'm going to cut the ends. So first of all, I'm going to flip it over and secure my string in the back with a piece of Scotch tape. This way I know it's not going to slide around. This little string bow adds a lot of dimension and texture to the card, and now we are ready to glue down this panel. Now I am not going to add any sentiments to the front of this card because this card is already busy enough. Instead, I'm going to add the sentiment inside directly onto my insert. I pre-cut the insert to fit inside the card. All I have to do is glue it in. There. Now to tie the card front with the inside, I decided to use one of these strips. There it goes. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment directly onto the card. And another beautiful card is ready. Now this next card we are going to keep really quick and simple. I want to have a card that's oriented this way. It's going to open up this way. And so for this card, I am going to bring this Christmas pad. It's called Christmas Plaids by Recollections. Again, it's from Michael's, and I still had it hanging around my craft room because I'm still in the process of putting my Christmas away. But I just wanted to point out that Christmas packs of paper have a lot of stuff that's usable for Valentine's Day. There are a lot of beautiful red and gold plaids here, but I am going to work with this white and gold one. I'm going to go ahead and mark it against my card. I'm going to make a panel that's not going to cover the entire surface of the card, but rather it's going to be a little bit shorter, maybe a couple of inches shorter. Perfect. It doesn't quite reach the bottom of the card, which is what I wanted, because I am going to use this beautiful heart ribbon lace, which I bought at the Dollar Tree. There. And I am going to use Fabri-Tac glue to attach my lace trim to the card. I'm going to add just a little bit of glue along the edge, and I'm attaching the lace. There. I don't want this lace to flap around, so I'm just going to add a little more glue to the back underneath these lace hearts, and it's going to ensure that they stay down. And now for the sentiment. I'm going to use one of these stickers from Recollections, and I'm going to use this XOXO Hugs and Kisses sticker right here. Very simple yet very beautiful looking card. Just don't forget to add your insert in a light color so that you can write your message. And now, as I mentioned earlier, I wanted to make a card that's going to fit into one of these tiny little envelopes. So I pre-cut my base. This is a really small base. It measures only 3.5 inches by about 4.5 inches. And once again, I'm going to keep this card nice and simple. I'm going to use this cardstock and cut a panel, which is going to be just a tiny little bit smaller than our base. There. There's my panel pre-cut, ready to go on the base. Before I attach it to the base, I'm going to add this ribbon from a Dollar Tree. This ribbon is going to be wrapped around like so, and I don't want it to wrap around completely. I'm just going to secure the ends with some Scotch tape. And there. There, my ribbon is securely attached. I'm going to add just a touch of Fabri-Tac glue just to kind of tuck it down right here. Now I'm ready to attach this panel on top of my card. And our panel is attached. And now for the sentiment. And this is the one I want. You are so loved. I'm going to cut a nice long strip. And the reason I wanted it nice and long is because I want to make it into a little banner. So I need it to be about this long. Folding it very gently. And snip. My banner is ready. And now I'm going to glue it onto a piece of red cardstock to make it sturdy and give it a nice border. Cutting out my banner. It is ready to go right here. I'm going to use some foam dots to raise it up just a bit. Taking off the backing and there it goes. And now we could leave it just like that, but I want to add a little something on top. So I'm bringing back my roses. I just can't get enough of them. I think they're so very pretty. And this is the one I'm going to go with. I'm going to place it right here to overlap a ribbon just a bit and to overlap our banner. There. And this card is finished and it's ready to go in its little tiny cute envelope. How cute is that? And there we have it, my friends. We made 5 beautiful cards, very simple designs. Anyone can make them. And what's more fun than spreading the love and sharing your skill and your art with others, right? I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do let me know in the comments which one of these cards is your favorite. And please let me know if you are going to give any of these designs a try. If you guys enjoyed spending time with me today, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with your friends and with your crafting group. Thank you so much for your time, my friends, and I can't wait to see you next time.